Hey, welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Adam Walker, your friend in the mortgage business. And this weekend, I was lucky enough to spend the weekend at the Port Dover Parade. Got to meet a lot of old friends and run into a lot of people. But I had a lot of really good questions asked me. We were asked about financing some really expensive properties, some investment properties, some flip properties, and some first-time homebuyers properties. So what I wanted to do today is let's jump in and let's compare in Haldimand and Norfolk County. What's the most expensive home? What's the least expensive home that was listed last week? And how do we finance both of them? We'll finance them all and everything in between. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to share two properties, the most expensive listed property and the least expensive listed property. Listed last week in Haldimand, Norfolk counties. These are going to be properties that we can finance. They're not going to be land. We're not looking at leased land. We're not looking at farms. We're just looking at residential properties that were listed in the last 7 days. So we're going to start here with the least expensive. We've got a place listed at 901 Regional Road 45. Really nice property, actually. It's got a couple acres here. Listed at $399,900. One of the really great parts about this program here is we've got opportunity for a purchase plus improvement. So there's definitely some updates maybe that some people might want to do. Maybe the purple or pink floor or walls are not for you. We can see in a couple of these. We got a really nice kitchen. The kitchen's been updated. We've got maybe some work to do on the bathroom, maybe some flooring that needs to be done in a few of the rooms. Purchase plus improvements might be a really good option for this program, and we'll actually show you when we break down some of the costs of how we can, if you buy this house at $399,900, we can actually break this down as if you bought that house at $440,000 and give you that extra money right in that down payment, so you're not coming up with credit cards or loans or lines of credit in order to finance this property. It also has, this home also has a trailer on the property. Doesn't really give a lot of details about that, but might be another opportunity where you can actually have some rental income and help make those payments for that place. One of the other nice things that we've got in the listing description down here is just listed as an affordable bungalow on nearly an acre in the country. It doesn't talk about handyman special. It doesn't talk about a fixer-upper, which is really good thing that Lance has done here on this listing. So we're not worried about, hey, will a lender even go here, because it does need to be, it is a little bit of a fixer-upper. Really nice property, and got some good details on it. Now let's go to the most expensive property. So for that, we're going to end up in Port Dover here. Just get my screen there. The most expensive property, we're going to 83 Beechnut Lane. We got a really nice place here in Dover. You can see by the interior pictures, the exterior pictures, we've got a really nice home. Beautiful kitchen with a really nice island there. Really lots of open air, lots of views coming in. Some nice woodwork there on the ceilings, and really nice lighting. Really beautiful properties. This one comes with some more acreage as well, and I believe it even comes with some access to the water, a private dock. If we look down here in the listing description, a kayak lodge and a fishing platform for you and your neighbors to enjoy. Custom designed home in Port Dover's most prestigious streets, on a stunning private lot at the end of a cul-de-sac. Really nice property. Now let's talk, how do we finance these properties? So one of the things that I do for every buyer, every single time you look at a home, we create what's known as a custom property budget. So you're going to know exactly what those closing costs are going to look like, what your monthly costs are going to look like, and we break everything right down for you so you know all the way through. So if we're talking about the most expensive property, we're able to go to a 30-year amortization on this one because we are putting 20% down. We can't use programs that CMHC or Sagen use because they can't go with properties over $1 million. So it's going to increase our down payment. So we're looking here at a purchase price of $1.8 million. Our deposit on purchase. So this is money that you have to have in within 24 hours of your offer being accepted. $10,000, actually probably a little bit light here. We're probably looking closer to $100,000 on as a deposit on this one here. So the total down payment we've got here at 20% down is $379,000, giving us a total mortgage amount of $1.5 million. Your total closing costs that you're going to need, so that $100,000, that's going to go to the lawyer's trust account, sits in that lawyer's trust account until closing time. Your total down payment being $379,000. We've got some legal fees, some taxes on legal fees. You will need to do an appraisal on a property like this. Land transfer taxes of $34,000. This is assuming that we don't have a first-time home buyer. Most people that are buying at this place probably aren't first-time home buyers. If we were first-time home buyers here, you can see that would kind of reduce them by about $4,000 on your property taxes. Adjustments on closing. So one of the things that sometimes we see is adjustment of property taxes. So maybe the seller is already paid, into August or September, maybe right through to November. They're going to want that money back. They're not going to pay property taxes on a home that they're not living on anymore. So that's just an adjustment. It's money that you would have paid anyways, but we'd like to leave that in there as your closing costs. Now, what does that look like? Your interest rate of 5.44, which is a rate that we have right now available to us, and your total expenses with your mortgage payment and your property taxes are $9,053. Now, if we flip that around, let's look at the least expensive property. So we're going to take this one as a CMHC insured property where you only need to put the minimum down of 5%. One of the nice things is when you're using some of those insured programs, you get access to a little bit better rates. They're a little bit more competitive and there's a little bit less risk involved in there. If you want to know why, I've got a great video. You can check it out on my YouTube page where we talk about the difference between the rates at a fixed and a conventional. Now, the property taxes on this one, obviously, were a little bit lower than the other property. We're looking at $2,500. If we factor in a purchase price of $399.9, the down payment that we would have is $19,995. The deposit that we need to submit in there is probably a little bit lower. Again, you need to have this into the other lawyer within 24 hours of closing the mortgage. We've got all of our closing costs kind of built in here and all done in there. One thing I want to talk about is purchase plus improvement. So let's say we take this purchase price up to $440,000. You buy it at $400,000, but we're able to add 10% to that purchase price, and that extra money is going to come to you once you're done, finish those renovations. You can see there in terms of the total price of your home, it doesn't go up that much, right? So at $399,900. Your total price is $2,515. When we increase that up to $440,000, not $44,000. We're going from $2,500 up to $2,700. Not a big jump on that payment amount. If you have any questions or want to look at financing either of these properties, we'll finance both of these, anything in between. We're here for all of your questions. Go ahead and drop them right in the comments section below. We look forward to chatting with you.